Welcome to my channel. Hope you are doing good. Let's wait 5 minutes as always before to start. So today we are going to analyze many altcoins per your request. What to say? I will update Bitcoin, of course, and just as always confirm if everything is okay on your side, and then we can start. So let me check. Okay, for Binance Square. So I'm on live on YouTube and on Binance Square. You can find my channel on the main link in my bio. So I have a lot of job nowadays because of the shitty price action on Bitcoin. We will see that it's not moving since many weeks, and that's why many traders are being trapped because of a lot of false move up and down. So that's why ICHIMOKU is greatly helpful for me, because we can confirm or infirm signals with the lagging span, so you can minor your losses in case of fake move, and you can also detect if you are pretty good and skilled, as I am since many years now. I developed my my trading skills, so you can avoid being trapped in fake moves, and also take part of medium terms swing move to trade on. So I just wait. I think that okay, I have to restart on Binance Square. Just 1 minute, and then we can start. So confirm if everything is okay on your side on YouTube. Hop. I'm just moving on Square. 1 minute. Okay, so it should work. It's mentioned live on Square. Okay, because okay, so let's go. I just up, just share the link up. If you are new, welcome. You can comment if you have any request on the altcoin market and crypto market. I can check if you are stuck in a bad position. I can also help you. I'm going to do a live trading session. More likely, if I can work on 10 altcoin, that will be good. I will try to be quicker now, because every week now I explain in details what I'm doing and what is my strategy, and how I use ICHIMOKU with other indicators. So you can review my whole live stream, and now I will try to play or to work on more analyses, and I think it will enhance also my content quality if we are moving faster on the content now. If you have question, of course, I can also update and help you. So yeah, before we start, I will just show you Litecoin chart, because I found it this morning and I think it's a very interesting one to long for the coming days. Then we will review Bitcoin. Hop. I don't know why I tapped Litecoin, but it's okay. Okay, go for Doge. Go for Bitcoin, and go for, as I said, Litecoin, and I will show you why. I will took a position on Litecoin because I'm expecting a medium term bull signal, bull alert, and a very nice pump to be seen on Litecoin. I think it's because of the ETF and the fact that it has not been listed yet, and it has been approved, if I'm right. Correct me if I'm wrong. And the fact that Litecoin price is still pretty low regarding on the monthly basis and weekly basis. If you compare to others alt, I saw that Cardano also started to move, and Bitcoin price remained flat right before ETF listing, and few months after it started to explode, if you remember. So I think that ETF money inflow could lead to a catalyst on Litecoin. This is not it's not just confirm what I said, but we will see with my technical analysis that ETF could lead to a catalyst, and we will confirm it via my charts and technical analysis, and that's why I think it could lead to a pump within maybe a few days, and I think that Litecoin can move 25%, or at least let's say 40% within the next few days. So before we start, this is not a financial advice. As always, you are responsible of your own losses and the action you take on the market. So I'm not responsible of any losses if you trade with my line. So be aware of it. Understand that you can lose money in trading. It's very important. I also recommend to never bet 100% of your funds. As always, don't invest your life saving. And what to say more? Let's start now. Let's go. Are you ready? So why I think Litecoin is going to move? Let's go. So this is a weekly time frame. So one candle is 1 week. So you can imagine that in one candle you have a lot of move on the market. So if you don't understand trading, you should first learn how candlesticks, Japanese candlesticks are working, and how candlesticks are created on the market. It will be very helpful to improve your skill, even if you don't know about other indicators. So yeah, this is the first thing I can tell you if you are new. Look at this weekly candle close here. This is very interesting to see. On Litecoin, we can clearly see that it's a bullish reversal hammer on the weekly basis. But not only that, you can see that on ICHIMOKU, if you look at the weekly, even on the monthly, it's not even clear on the monthly, but on the weekly basis, this is, from my experience and from my knowledge, this is a weekly breakout, okay, and confirmation of a bullish retest regarding this 3 weeks ago's candle. As you can see, we made the last tails here, the hammers, exactly on the SSB level. So to confirm, this was pretty tricky because of the size of the move. So 25% from the candle open and the low, but in my opinion, that's confirmed a weekly retest and a confirmation that we are going to move higher in the next few weeks. So this candle is a very good bullish signal and reversal sign for the coming weeks. As you can see, I will try to be quick because I will stay with you 1 hour, so I want to work on many things. But when you are doing trading, you have to observe on the larger time frames pattern also, and candlesticks may be very helpful to give you a direction for the future of prices. As you can see, I don't want to go on the website. Bullish hammer, yeah, this is like that when you have a large tail. So it means that on this level, on this retest, you had a lot of whales or buy orders that have been filled, and after that closed. So prices made a 30% dump. It pumped 30% behind, and right after the weekly close, look, this is very interesting. We had another 30% move upward. So this is pretty bullish. And as you can see, this candle also closed above the Kijun. So if the close was, let's say below 100, it would have been pretty tricky because, again, we wouldn't have seen a direction and prices could have been stuck like many other altcoins, between this level. So now it's pretty clear that we broke above the Kijun, we also broke above the Tenkan, and the very important fact is that the lagging span never broke below this level. So since May 2024, we are in a bullish territory on Litecoin after this breakout. So it's pretty tricky to see this move, but I think that we are going to end consolidation phases for Litecoin, as you can see, which started here with the weekly close I mentioned. It was in May. Yeah, as you can see here, which started around that level, and as you can see, so I really think that's a bullish consolidation phases, and with the ETF narrative, I think that we are going to break this range box. So if you are seeing a daily candle close on Litecoin for spot signal, for long-term signal, a daily candle close, you can adjust it. So I have we set an entry for long position at 133 around this short-term support. I will show you just right after. So if you see the lagging span here on the daily basis on this huge range zone, a daily candle close above, let's say for the safety, above 138, then I really think that maybe it can happen tomorrow, because look at this also, this is pretty bullish. You have the Kijun still forming a bullish angular, you have the Tenkan forming a bullish angular, you have a larger zone here than the Kumo size, so this is pretty important, remember. What I said also, a daily candle close above this level, and we are surely going to moon. Let's say if I adjust up, if we report this size range on the breakout zone, we have a target. This is exactly what I get on the, this is insane how it's accurate if you understand ICHIMOKU. So we have a possible target zone for me around 182, 185 for Litecoin, and we will see. This is not witchcraft. This is only knowledge, and I know that people don't think it's real, but I'm 90% sure it will happen because of my experience. You will see within few weeks. You will thank me if you take it. Again, this is not a financial advice. You can wait for a clean breakout to have a safer entry, okay? And we can target a possible target. I think that this is a very good swing move to be taken here. Of course, it can pump in 2 days 30%, but look at how many time prices stay into this range zone here. 3 months almost. So why not, let's say in 1 month of time we are going to achieve this target, but I think it will be quicker because many whales are going to see this breakout happen. Look, we have on the weekly basis, first target, the first main level, maybe this one, mid-term target. So mid-term, I say, sorry for my English, as mid-term I say medium target of this run, of this possible pump area. We have 194, 168, and if we zoom on the monthly, it's a bit more tricky. We have to close inside the cloud, so we can see a first monthly candle to test, to enter into the cloud. Then I'm pretty sure, according to my lines, that we are going to face to see a new, because this level may be breakout. If you see the lagging span is free to move upward on any time frames. There is no reason for the bull to be stopped if we break here. prices, I don't see something like that to happen. So if you break this level, this 3 months range, there is no reason to move higher than this one. So a possible scenario will be, first we make a clean breakout of this level, we move to test the $150 resistances, then we are going to we could see a retest of this level, and this will be very important to be monitored. So if we are seeing a clean breakout, the best things to do is to wait to be a retest like this, because in 90% of cases, when you break a very important level and when you start a new trend, a new bull or bearish trend, you retest the precedent big level in 90% of cases. So 9 chance out of 10 to retest this level. So what you can do if you are a smart player and if you don't open many positions is to wait for breakout and to open long orders at 140, around 138 if you are lucky to catch this move. And zooming on the monthly, you can see this exact zone that will act as first main resistance, I think. So if we break at the first case here, we will surely see a retest of this one. It will depend of the force, of the strength of the move. So each time, so if tomorrow we are seeing 20% candle or 30% candle, I don't think that we are going to see a retest 30% lower, you know. So depending of the strength of the move, you have to adjust your main support, main resistances, because even with ICHIMOKU you can find K support, K resistances, but if the bull move, if the bullish move is pretty strong, it means that you have a lot of demand on the prices on the asset price action. So if you are seeing a very big bullish move and clean breakout with a large green candle, then we could suppose that the $150 will act as main support for a retest, and if it's not the case, then it will be this level. Okay, so I gave you everything to know about Litecoin. We will see maybe in the next live stream the next week that I was probably correct, like my other stream, because I select assets and I don't share you bullshit content like many traders are doing, because I know my lines, and over maybe 20 assets I found Litecoin, and it looks like the best one for me. Of course I didn't check all assets on the market, but I share this one because the potential move is pretty high to happen. Okay, sorry for bad English again, and yes, feel free to comment. So my entry is in Solana. I could check Solana if you want, Elias. Let's comment if you have some other chat. And is my voice and my song clear? Can you answer also, please? So yeah, this is a very interesting move to trade on Litecoin once again. Let's update now. Let's move on Bitcoin. So I will be more quicker from what I said the last week, the last few days, because my stream was my last live stream has been made a few days ago, if I remember. What to say is that once again this is pretty neutral. This is surely a bullish accumulation phases, as we can see that the lagging span isn't moving, and the bullish narrative remains pretty strong on Bitcoin with state adoption, bank adoption, and other parameters regarding ETF and more. Also, I saw that the the Bitcoin dominance, remain pretty high at the moment. So it means that you have more liquidity inflow on Bitcoin and less into altcoin. So that's why sometimes, even if Bitcoin stays stable, altcoin keep dumping. it can be because people are anticipating a bull run on, as I said, a large cap asset, layer 1 blockchain, and maybe DeFi token and strong protocol, which are already very established in the very well established in the market, general market. So yeah, in case of bull run, I doubt that low cap altcoin will pump first. Okay, so this is very important to understand. So currently what to say for Bitcoin is the same. As long as the weekly candle price is below 99.5k, I think that we are going to see many more doji candle around that zone. I don't know, no one know. It's pretty hard to say when will Bitcoin break again upward. So we have a gate open for more dump, and especially to retest the lowest point, the lowest support of this range. As you can see, it's usually not good to see the lagging span moving below the Tenkan Kijun, because it indicates that the price is facing a lack of bull pressure. So since November, the price hasn't really moved. Okay, so there is a lack of bull pressure and also a lack of sell pressure. So this is pretty hard to say. And as you can see also on the daily, this level remains very strong. Currently, if we zoom on the H4, we reintegrated this beautiful range area here. So we know what can happen. So in my opinion, the best to do is to monitor the level I shared, and I think that it's really possible to retest 92k, 91k, okay, as the bottom of this range zone. Very difficult to say if it will or not soon or never. I don't know. Currently, as we reintegrated this range zone, you can monitor the 98.5 and 95.4k. So yeah, as you can see, we are pretty neutral right now. So another H4 candle close below 94.8 could surely lead to another dump to test this level. Okay, but for now, this is very hard to say. But what I can say is that we are still into a bullish cycle on Bitcoin. If you look on the monthly view, this is pretty clear that prices could easily move toward 150, 180k, 200k. This is not impossible. For me, if you look at the macro time frame patterns, to sum up the general outlook on Bitcoin, so as long as the monthly view remain above this general uptrend and above, let's say, 63k, even if we are going to see that, I don't think it will be the case, but as long as we range into around above 80, 90k, it doesn't matter for me, because we are into a bullish territory. Look at ICHIMOKU, it's pretty clear. You have all the components above, all the prices above the components, sorry. So this is a very bullish area for the long term. So as long as prices keep consolidate here above the 80k and above the 10K, we are surely going to see another breakout with time from Bitcoin, except if we are facing a black swan event or something like is pretty very unpredictable to anticipate. But currently, yeah, this is more likely a bullish consolidation phase for Bitcoin, and I think that if there are dips, buyers will be present on major support I mentioned. Okay, so let's move forward now. Which coin would you like to see? So once again, you can follow me up. I will share my link on YouTube channel. Yeah, just the Linktree page. You can join my channels on Telegram. Also, I share many content, all my chart analysis, and more often also fundamental analysis. Okay, and I also own a private group inside which I share more insight and more data regarding the trading, and also I help more. Oh, interesting to see on Bitcoin. I didn't saw this pattern. What do you see? Is that a bearish triangle pattern? Because I know that we are pretty neutral, but it looks like a bearish configuration. It's pretty hard to up. Solana, it's very interesting to see that Solana had the same pattern a few days ago, and yeah, as you can see, look, I will just show you my trade for the trade I shared on Solana. Up. Yeah, that was a pretty clean trade I shared, yeah, a few days ago on Solana, and congratulations if you took it. Yeah, look at Solana. I shared a short position around 190 in my private group because we shorted a bit earlier. Yeah, is Bitcoin looking similar as Solana, forming the same kind of pattern? Yeah, up. Sorry for this. So once again, I don't have, and no one can have 100% of win rate in trading. I just share my insight and my knowledge I learned from my years of experience on the market. Okay, so this is not a financial advice, and my trading content is here to help you to increase your accuracy. Okay, so I shared this on Solana a few days ago. From the top, it made a 13% dump. Okay, and yeah, just Solana, it remained pretty bearish. If you ask, I had a target, yeah, around 150, so we will review it in few minutes. Is Bitcoin, I would like just to show you this. It's very interesting to see. Oh, it's exactly the same pattern on Solana. This is very interesting to check. Yeah, it wasn't the same. It's very hard to say because this is the same pattern. Yeah, but it can just observing. Yeah, this is almost, there is some similitude in Bitcoin and Solana, but the fact that Solana broke down, it's because it was already in a bear phase move. And if you look at Bitcoin, it's currently pretty neutral. So it doesn't mean that even if it's the same pattern, it will end and move on the same side. So I will be careful, but what I can see here is that we have we are doing it on live, so I also need time to observe the pattern I see. Okay, and yeah, to show you, to compare. Okay, so yeah, if we are moving on Solana, this is exactly what you can see. This is exactly the same pattern on Solana and Bitcoin. To remind, Solana made a 14% dump right after it broke here and confirmed that dump. Tell me in comment if you think it will play like this. It's really possible. As you can see, we had on Solana a first kind of fake out here. You had a huge correction upward right there, which is pretty similar as the Bitcoin one. Okay, we had almost the same kind of pattern right there, but this triangle reintegration here can signify that it will be invalidated. But keep in mind that if this pattern ends like this, and if Bitcoin break here, keep in mind that I think that the 88 level will be the same target I shared a few days ago. For me, this pattern can be valid. For now, it's pretty neutral, so there is no reason for the bull to take the lead. And especially since the lagging span now can move down freely. And if you look at the weekly view, there is no major support before the 88, 91 and 81. So yeah, in case of breakdown, we could surely see a dump to grab liquidity here. This corresponds to the middle of this zone. So each time I said, and I filmed and I showed you that a K support with ICHIMOKU. So why not? So comment if you think that could be the case, and comment if you think that we are going to see something like that. But currently I think more about a bearish move. This is a very tricky period because look at the move on Bitcoin and altcoin. This is totally absurd, and there are a lot of fake moves. People who are trading with high averages. I doubt that many are being profitable on this market. I am. You are profitable only if you respect your rule and if you apply a strict risk management. So trust me, not many of you are applying strict rule. So yeah, to give you an outlook of Bitcoin, I think that will be a possible scenario. Again, invalidation if you break above this level, and monitor the 100 to $1,200 right there. Okay, so as long as Bitcoin isn't above this level, I have no reason to FOMO and enter into a long-term bull session for Bitcoin. Up, we can also monitor this beautiful trend right there and expect a reaction on the third test as always, if you know my lines. Yeah, this can be a very good scenario for Bitcoin, and then if we hold there, that will be pretty bullish for the next, as I explained. Nothing is sure as we are neutral right now, but why not? Don't hesitate to comment. So yes, thank you Bashi, and don't hesitate to share also my stream if you enjoyed my lines. Let's move what we said. Yeah, okay, for the audio it's good, thank you. Maybe MKR, yes, Pepe, Dodge, okay, yeah, thank you. MKR, so okay, go for Pepe quickly, because I don't like this coin. It's pretty neutral. Yeah, this is totally, yeah, we took a very good long position the last week. We got 8% of pump, but after that we also saw a big rejection. So that's why when you in a bearish phase, the bulls are stopped very quickly. So I keep saying that in a bearish phase market, just reduce your target, please, because the market can move at the opposite very quickly. What to say for Pepe? I won't take much time. Oh, as you can see on the H4, it looks like another bearish retest. Okay, because we broke once again. Oh, this is pretty clear. You have, if we look at the H1, okay, so just to explain again, in trading, traders and general traders, in the rules of trading, we can affirm that a general trend line is valid after 3 points of contact. Okay, so this is the general rules. So I love to draw trend line after 2 points of contact and define and find the third one, next ones. But in that case, we can clearly see that there is 1, 2, 3, 4, even 5 points of contact. So this is a pretty valid one. On ICHIMOKU, if we look at the daily basis, we are still pretty bearish. Okay, the RSI isn't so oversell, so this is not good for the bulls, I would say, as we are not oversell, so there is no reason to see from the RSI and from the this area another bullish move right now. Sorry. The last daily candle closed was also pretty bearish. As you can see, it broke below the main uptrend after this correction upward and below the 10-can line. So you can directly trace and draw two major resistances to be break once again. The peak here at the daily high, because we saw a rejection exactly here, 0.096 and 0.0985. So as long as prices remain stuck and are not able to break again above those levels, I don't see why we would see another pump. So currently there is more chance to see another bearish rejection, especially if Bitcoin is going to break down as I can expect. But nothing is sure as we are neutral. So again, it doesn't mean that I just show you that we are in a very bearish area and below major resistances. So it doesn't mean that prices will continue to dump more, but it means that we are in a bearish territory. So bearish are more present than the bulls. So seeing dump make more sense for me. Okay, so I didn't watch at the weekly view, so this is why it's very important. This is a very hard time for Pepe and a very good moment, very tricky moment, because there is since 2 weeks two dodgy candles, as you can see. The 3 weeks ago weekly candle closed above the major support, so that was not a bad sign. What I can say here, it's very simple. Up, as you can see, you take the high on the last 2 weekly candle close, you take the main weekly support that bullers are trying to break. Okay, where is my ICHIMOKU? Okay, here. So exactly here, and I won't speak many time for Pepe here. This is a very neutral area right there. So it's hard to say, because I know during this period, if you see what happened with the Dodge and USAID investigation, I think that memcoin liquidity, because Pepe is a non-utility token, it's very important to understand the general market outlook. Memcoin are a kind of reserve asset for many whales, many people, and many fraudulent transactions. And Pepe is still $1 billion token. So as it has no utility, and as USAID is investigate a lot of very fraudulent transactions, from what I see, liquidity from meme coins, especially as they are $1 billion cap, are being siphoned, are being how can I say it in English, are being used, exit. There is a big exit of liquidity from those assets. So that's why also you have a general bearish market trend on the market. And in my opinion, Bitcoin is acting as a kind of reserve asset in that context. So this is very hard to say because, as you can see on the weekly, the last weekly candle closed has not confirmed another bull correction, because it closed exactly at the 10 can level and we are still stuck into this zone. So observe, for me the best to do is to observe the weekly candle close. So if PEP, because when I say weekly candle closed is to confirm a bullish or bearish move, because as you can see here, it doesn't mean that if there is a weekly candle and weekly tails below this level, you can also see a big bullish reaction behind. So the weekly candle close at the closing of the prices is very important. You will know with a certain not anticipation, with a certain chance, with a high probability that you are going to confirm another big move. Otherwise you could easily be trapped. So this is a neutral area. So weekly candle close below 0.0x6 let's say 89 will be pretty bad and will surely lead to a dump to this major support, because it's not impossible. As you can see, Pepe here is hanging right there. And in case of weekly, observe the macro time frame. This is pretty important. In case of weekly candle close, let's say above the SSA right there, and it means that the lagging span will brace again and will be free to move upward. So above this area, so it could, Pepe could keep ranging, could keep move up and down for many weeks, as you can see, at least until it reached this zone, this very very tiny cloud size. So if Pepe make a weekly or let's say a daily, if you observe the range area, daily candle closed above if we dezoom on the H4 view, it's pretty clear that we are very neutral. Above, let's say, if you look at the H4, above, as you can see, the lagging span right there. Above, to be minimalist, to be safer, 0.001060. So you can mark the level I mentioned, because this is very important and very accurate what I'm sharing with you today. So in case of weekly or daily candle closed above this level, we will surely see another big correction move, because you have a very large gate, large room for a pump on the weekly, as we are totally not oversell on the RSI. I would love to say oversell on ICHIMOKU, as you can see, because prices are very far from the Tenkan Kijun area, and it usually lead to a big correction move, and prices tend to go on the normal trend, on the normal levels again. And especially we could easily see a big bounce on Pepe, because we are very far from this area and we are also on a weekly retest zone. But as we are pretty neutral, we are not aware to see another weekly candle close to test this level. So I would like to say 70% chance of pumping and 30% chance of dumping. But in case of breakout here, that will lead to a very big move, so be aware, and I won't try it right now. As you can see on Litecoin also, look, it was here. So when prices were very far from this area, and when we tested this level, as you can see, boom, it reacted immediately. And here, strangely, or not strangely, as I explained, because liquidity are being are outflowing from memcoin because they are non-utility token once again, and people will tend to sell it, will tend to sell their cash, their available liquidities to buy a strong asset in provision on bull run, in my opinion. That's why there is no buy pressure on PEP. And as you can see, we can also observe a very important, I didn't draw on it first, yeah, that's pretty tricky, because one tool also, this is very important to understand if you watch my stream, is that from this level you have a very huge sell pressure, 60% of move down without any major correction. So you have, if you observe with some accuracy, tell me if I'm wrong, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 6 touch of the main daily uptrend, and you have a major sell pressure on this. So not seeing bull pressure on the main uptrend is totally not a good sign for the bulls. So yeah, it's really possible to see another sell-off also on PEP. So this is very hard to say. So that's why it's much more easier for me to move and to avoid, to skip this kind of neutral asset and to trade asset with some sign of bull pressure. And that's why I shared Litecoin, because it's totally different chart from PEP. Okay. So usually when you have when you see some bull pressure, as you can see here, you have a correction, you have a test of the trend, and then you have an immediate bullish reaction. As you can see here, 80% of reaction. As you can see here, 300% of pump. From this level we reacted 80%, and here we also goes below and we only pumped 20%. So it also reflects a lack of bull pressure. And as you can see, each time prices touch the trend, it only took a few days to explode. As you can see, one touch, 80% move, one touch, 80% of pump, few days of consolidation, then explosion. And here, since already almost 20 days, we have no reaction on the support. So yeah, this is a very important area for the coming weeks, and if Pepe managed to break below this level, it will be very hard for bulls to push again pretty quickly above. So in case of break here, Pepe could face some weeks of sell pressure or of bearish market condition, we can say. But once again, nothing is sure. So let's move on other asset now. I hope it's clear. I took my time on Pepe because it was a very good example. As you can see, if you look on the H2 views, is that a bearish continuation pattern? For me, it's almost pretty clear that this could happen. Bearish continuation pattern. Usually, in a strong bear trend or in a strong bear phase, you have a consolidation pattern, so that can be bullish or bearish, but usually this kind of move lead to a 70% chance of dump. So it's hard to say. I would like to say 60, 40, some maybe, but it's pretty hard to say. So here we have, it's pretty clear that with after 60% of dump, forming another triangle could surely lead to another 20% of dump. So even if you are thinking that Pepe is going to explode, because of the narrative fundamentals analysis, I suggest you to wait for at least a breakout of the above the upper triangle trend, okay? Triangle resistances, because you could lose, you could be stuck in a very bad move right now. Yeah. So, what to say? Let's move on others. Altcoin, I will be more quicker this time. Hop. Right now. Yeah. So, you say dodge. Allez, let's go. Let's be faster. Up. If we look at dodge, as you can see, you can observe. I won't explain each time. So weekly view, you can clearly see that we have a weekly breakout of the main 50% fib of the last, to be quick, yeah. So to sum up, in September of the last year, in October of the last year, Dodge made a 400% pump, and since the top it corrected at least 50%. But if you see, because you know in trading you often have a trend, you have a move, you draw the bottom of the trend, you start the trend at the bottom, you draw the fib from the bottom to the top, and usually in the majority of cases, if you have a correction, pricings tend to correct and to explode, to start to close up again at the 50% fib retest. Okay, so here, if it would have been a bullish consolidation move, we won't have seen, I don't know if my English is good, sorry for the sentences, we won't have seen this break here and this 3 weeks of retest below the 50% fib. Okay, so this is valid, this kind of cycle I showed you is valid also in bearish trend. You draw similars. So if it's a bearish move, you have often a retest of the 50% fib level. So in 70% of case, it can be the golden pocket. But you know, when you have a 400% pump, the 50% fib level is the most important, especially if we are on the monthly or higher time frame view. And this, what I showed you, is valid also in the short term, 15 minutes, 1 hour, weekly, monthly. So this is general skills and general things to know about trading. Okay, here you can clearly see that we broke a very important support that is turning into resistances right there, because this is the 50% fib, to be more accurately. Yeah, we can draw here exactly the 50% fib. So for Dodge, it looks like another dump could easily happen. Once again, you should think about the macro time frames. Some people bought Dodge last year at around 0.1 penny or $0.10. So you can imagine that even at 0.25, whales and people who booked here, they are still at 150% profit, something like that, and think that this is a non-utility token. It's not. It's pumped for me because of the last hype because of Elon Musk also, and think that the whole market is pretty red on altcoin, and think that many whales are still in big profit. So the price reflects the psychology of people. So why would they stay into this coin if there is a lack of bull pressure and the economical and the general market conditions are not pretty good for it's not a good time for investment right now, for long-term investment in such asset, I mean. So of course you can find another altcoin which will pump 10x in few weeks, in few months, but it's maybe one token out of 50 on Binance and on SEX and centralized exchange. So think about that. So seeing another 40% dump, 20% of dump right there, it's not frustrating for me because we are still very high from the last cycle, and because of the fact that zooming on the weekly and on the monthly there is strong lack of bull pressure. Once again, if we were in a safe and if the bull run started, we would have seen huge breakout, maybe let's say, sorry for French, 30% correction move, consolidation right there, and then another high if it was a bull cycle. But here we can clearly observe in the chart, in the general market condition, that liquidities are outflowing from $billion assets like Dogecoin, Pepe. Especially if you look at the bubble map, many observe that memcoin recently we saw in memcoin much more liquidity outflow than other assets. So it also affirm and confirm what I'm saying. So be aware of this. So if it's another bearish consolidation move, Doge could easily dump faster than layer one token with big narrative like Bitcoin, so of course, and also faster than other assets because that's a memcoin and that's not a very good time to hold memcoin. So currently, from what I see, it's also bearish on the H4, as you can observe on my lines. On the weekly, and a thing that looks pretty bad for Doge is this. Each time we try to break above the 50% fib, you add a large tails. And as you can see here, so prices could keep moving very sideways for many weeks inside this zone, and then made another big breakout downward because it's a possible scenario, because from what I know, when you have, and from what I learned also, because I don't know like that, from what I learned, what I observe, and what I trained on the market, when you usually observe switch reversal in the trend, in the main trend, you have a very tiny cloud on ICHIMOKU. So it means that prices will very easily cross and continue to dump. So it means that the bearish or the bullish move will continue. Okay, and here, as you can see, the lagging span, I won't be surprised to see it seems to be very far, but another 40% dump isn't impossible to be seen on Dogecoin. So as long as we are not above this level again, we are in a very bearish area. So I just exposed what I see. Nothing is sure, of course, but as we are consolidating below major resistances, think like that, why would you buy this token right now? Show me, I want to see, because many people, many haters will say, no, Dogecoin is bullish, this is bullish, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so then if you buy right now, why is making you bullish except fundamentals? But you know, a news doesn't reflect the price, because if we know the news, then it's easy to make money. So the fact that prices is moving when you have a news, but think that the news is being dropped much after that many whales buy the token. You know what I mean? So, for example, if people knows right there that Bitcoin Doge ETF would have been approved, they not entered here. They are already in position in that range zone because they know that the ETF is coming, and they don't wait for to see a breakout. But it's a similar case here. So yeah, as long as we are not above this level, there is no reason to except to hope for a news, okay? To hope for something, because if you hope, if you buy here, you can be trapped in a very bad move. So there is no reason to buy as long as we are below, let's say, once again, the weekly candle on Doge must close above 0.285, and then, only then, we could see some bullish moves. So I duped that we are going to see a big breakout from this level, because you know the resistance are pretty big. So for me it looks more like another this is pretty clean. You have a range area here, lowest point, so we say 0.0 right there, that can be retest for a possible double bottom, so to be monitored. Also here, as it's maybe the golden pocket support, this is very important, as you can see here. So in my opinion, as Bitcoin is also bearish, we could see many days more of range, but after that we will surely retest the 0.0 here. And if there is no reaction on this level, and if prices consolidate sideways without strong buy pressure, then we could observe another bearish continuation move, okay? So that's why it's pretty hard, it's pretty tricky for traders who are skilled and who are making profit in trend tokens, because you have currently almost no trend token in the market. Everything is neutral except very few one, like I shared. So, and that's why I love using ICHIMOKU, because you can detect, you can see in one glance if an asset is neutral or not. So that's why also my accuracy is pretty high, because when it's like that, I open ICHIMOKU, I see that, oh, we are neutral on the H4, I just try to scalp to buy the bottom, to scalp sell the high, and that's it. If price is here, I won't try a position, because you have a magnet level here and a magnet level here, so neutral, you don't know where the price is going. But you also have a general outlook just by opening your weekly view. You know that I know that I won't be as long as prices is stuck below these K resistances, and I know that there is more chance to see another bearish breakout. Maybe I'm wrong, it can be a consolidation here, but if you play smart, you can play, even if you have a wrong scenario, you can play from K level and you can be profitable. This is why having a long-term, higher time frame views can save you a lot of your time and a lot of money in your portfolio, okay? I hope it's treatable and it's useful for you. Hope. Let's reshare the live stream, and now it's time to move to another asset. I will do, yeah, I love today's stream because I show you very practical, very useful example, and very, I think it's, tell me if it's clear, my explanation, because I'm not English as a native language, but please tell me if you understand my explanation. I know ICHIMOKU can be a bit tricky. You have to learn the basics of components. But yeah, if you understand the basics, then my stream and my technical analysis should really help you. So Pepe, this is a possible scenario. Dodge, same. MKR, someone said, I will be very, as you can see, up, you will delete all tool. If you open ICHIMOKU on the daily, okay, so you can directly see that MKR is at resistances. So we can immediately expect some kind of rejection at this level on ICHIMOKU. So this is very useful. As you can see, maybe there is a good short-term, scalp to take right there, because we are not bullish on the, you have also a level right there. So MKR, it is very simple. Oh, look at the monthly, the accuracy is pretty insane. MKR, currently it was bearish on the weekly, but if you look at the short-term price action, you have a very strong weekly, monthly correction phase, and from the daily and weekly resistances, it can be a local top. So I suggest, and I think that if you look at this move, I will zoom on the short time frames, I can immediately tell you that if we are overbought on the short time frame, that we are forming a bearish pattern, and we can see a short-term reversal. But in case of breakout right there, because we have always to confirm, MKR is pretty bullish, and it looks like it's gonna break and continue to move. So I won't try to short right now. As you can see, this is not a strong resistances. So that I talked about when I say I expect a rejection very short term, because look at the bearish pressure, the bull pressure. So as you can see, the RSI is not even overbought. Okay, so as we are on I see something like this. I think something like this could happen on MKR, because can be a kind of, is that a kind of cup and handle pattern maybe? This is a strong bullish correction phase, so don't try to short. When I have a chart like that, and when I see a huge reversal, so it means that buyers are pretty strong. Okay, so if you short, you can destroy your portfolio, and you can be stuck in a very bad move, because prices can continue to correct, despite the fact that there is a local resistance. It can easily be break. As you can see, the lagging span here is facing a very tiny candle, so this is not a strong resistance. Usually when it's like that, when the prices are not below a flat level, it tends to break out. Okay, so why not to expect, and as you can see, the uptrend is also very strong, so it might be, we might see a we might have see a news. There is maybe a news on MKR. I will investigate because in most of time when you have a strong reversal, it means that you have a bullish news that led to the pump. Okay, I won't try to be right now as we are at a big resistance, so we can expect a short-term rejection. But as you can see, the bull pressure is still pretty strong, and each dips are building. What we can do is trying to find from this level, a fib level, a good entry to long. I don't think that the bearish rejection can be pretty strong, and if you observe, it looks more like a kind of bullish triangle pattern. As you can see, ascending triangle pattern on the 5 minutes. It looks more like something like that, rather than a wedge up, rising wedge, like that, rather than something like that. Usually when you topped on the market, you have a pattern like this, hop. So I showed you, and a rising wedge, it will be, remember, something like that, channel up. Okay, so usually when you make a top on the market, you are forming some kind of bearish reversal pattern. So bearish reversal, bullish ascending channel, which can often lead to a breakout downward and correction, okay, or rising wedge, something like that, okay. But in that case, if you look at the 15 minutes, if you look at the trend, this is a pretty safe trend. There is no overbull move, as you can see. So when it's a fake pump, you have an immediate big pump, and the RSI is still immediately overbull. So currently we are forming a clean bullish pattern, and we are into a clean unsafe uptrend. So shorting this might be pretty risky. Even if we think that it will correct, you should rather follow the trend. So I think that's a bullish correction wave, and it won't stop yet. So what I can say is that we were probably at a bottom. You had a beautiful hidden bullish divergence RSI also on the weekly basis, as you can see. So that's why MKR, and you have a room open for a pump. If you look at the lagging span, I think that we can target this level. So I won't be now, as I expect a short-term rejection, but MKR can run, in my opinion, even if we lose the uptrend right there. Up. I just show you a possible and a probable up. You can see I said that. I will try a long position on this level, maybe, if we can. Even if it pump right now, we are surely going to see a third test of the trend. A possible scenario, as you can see, level by level, and we will review it in few days, because it's only a 15 chart minute. A possible scenario, I won't FOMO in bull position, as I said, around that level, because this is a daily resistance, and because you observe up on the H4, this level is subject to a correction on the H4, because prices are very far from the 10 Kijun, and you have a larger gap here than the Kumo. So you should understand that I have a higher target because it's a very bullish correction move. But on the short term, if you FOMO at resistance, if you want to long now, it could destroy your portfolio. Even if you long now, it can be a very good trade, but if you long with a high leverage, imagine you are going to see that you open a 20 leverage position, you took a 4% dump, you are at minus 80%, and right after, boom, you see a 20% move. Very hard for you to stay and to be stuck into this position. So a possible scenario will be a cup and handle pattern like that. You can clearly see that up, and I will share my chart. So as long as prices up stay above this level, I think that it's a long-term reversal. So the $1,050 level may be a very good bottom to observe, and up we can, I think that's a very good setup to be traded here. Up, something like that, and the cup and the handles. So the worst part, what I'm trying to do is to find if this scenario will work, to find a local support. I will take a short position here on MKR, because as I said, when the lagging span is locked like that, when you have a test of the daily resistance and you see the Tenkan here, when prices tend to test this level, you often have, even if it's a bullish pattern, I think it's a trap right now. Sometimes, that's a final trap maybe. And I think that a good level to take, to enter a long position, can be this level. So I will share my setup. I will take a short position right now maybe, and with a tight stop loss above this level, maybe makes sense for me. So I won't target that level. I will target maybe 2%, 1%. That making sense. So you see, even if you have a bullish pattern on the short term, as you are in a daily level, daily resistance, we may see a rejection. Okay, so be aware of it. Okay, so I'm shorting MKR on my phone, up on live with you. In that case, even if we are bullish, I know that we are probably going to retrace. Okay, up. So tell me, what do you think about this chart, and let's move to the next. Hop, sorry. Voila, let's go. Hop, and you will see, this is why with experience, if you don't observe the higher time frames levels, and if you don't observe because in trading it's good to open a 5 minute, 15 minute chart, but think about that, when the lower the time frame is, the poorer is the resistances. So the higher is the time frames, the stronger is the resistance, or the stronger is the support. Okay, so even if you are seeing a bullish pattern like that on the 5 minute chart, it doesn't mean that we are going to continue the trend. No, it doesn't work like that, because we are at the daily, weekly resistance zone, and the fact that we also made a 25% of pump, it will surely correct, because as I said, many people bought the bottom of this move, and smart people and whales are also seeing a big level when and where cash out money. So yeah, observe level by level, and as I said in other live stream also, I love to take entries when you have a clean uptrend on the third trend test, because I know that we are in a bull trend move, and I know that there is a room open for another big pump. So taking entry on the third trend test is making sense for me, as I'm not expecting a major rejection here. So for the story, I took a short entry on live with you around this level, and I will probably target 2%. I don't care now, I can just let the price moving down, and I put so this level I'm targeting 2%, 10 leverage, so it will be 20% of gain, and I will put maybe 1.5% stop loss above this level. Up. Okay, and I will do DCA if we can move a bit closer to the upper resistances, and look what will happen if think about that also in the short term, because the masses, 90% of traders observe what they see in the short term pattern, in the short term outlook of the market. So imagine that you are betting against whales institution. They are creating fakes, because it's not with my thousands of dollars that I'm creating move with millions of dollars asset, you know. So when you see something like that, you think about it's bullish, okay? And I learned with years in this market that most of time they are creating fake breakout like this one, and we'll see if I'm right. Of course I can have wrong, but if it's a fake breakout and if we reintegrate this pattern, you will see that we are surely going to see an increase of sell pressure, because this will be the end point and the top of this move, and this is where the most of liquidity will be excited from the market. Okay, so this is very important, and this is a very good observation from my side that I love to show you. Okay, and tell me if you understand, if I'm clear. Once again, it's quickly helpful, trust me, for your own trading and to avoid being trapped. So it's like when I saw on another chart, I think it was on Solana a few years ago. I saw a bullish triangle pattern, okay, ascending triangle, okay. Everyone is thinking it was on the daily view, so imagine on the daily basis you see something like that, you are pretty bullish. So you waited to see a bullish breakout and retest right there on the daily, and you know that with a certain accuracy that you could see a 50% pump, okay. The fact is that I got really trapped in a bad move, and the finality is that I was right. So you don't see that, you don't see a clean breakout of this level, a clean retest in 50% of cases maybe, but in most of cases what you can observe is something like that, a final liquidity trap on the sorry for the accuracy, on the triangle test here, and you often observe this bull trap, bear trap, especially in the higher time frames, because the market aren't moving like everyone is thinking. The masses are not moving the market. Whales and low amount of traders with high liquidity are moving the market, okay. Masses are being trapped most of time, and this is why exchange and big traders are printing money because of liquidation of people. So be aware of many fake moves. You can find on YouTube, I think, many kind of content explaining essentially with volume. You can easily detect also with volume those kind of fake move. So let's work on other assets. I'm talking a lot, but I think it's essential to teach you these kind of things. Based on volume, price action, and specific indicators. Hello, John. As I said, I select with ICHIMOKU. How this is a very important and very good question. So how do I trade? How do I select each asset? I can share you. I first, when I want to do a clean trade session, I look at the volume, the daily volume on the basis, the daily volume on exchange, because with ICHIMOKU, if you don't have volume, it often leads to bad move, because you haven't enough volume to reflect the psychology of people on the market. Because when you have low volume, few traders can decide and few people only can create move on the market. So this is not reflect mass psychology. And ICHIMOKU, and when you have low volume, you also see a lot of fake move to grab liquidity and fake dump, fake pump. So bull trap, bear trap. So I first, if you want to be safe, you look at the daily or the monthly volume of the token. And I often, because I'm doing intraday trading session, I look at the daily first. Often I look at the weekly also, but it's more useful to look at the daily and the H4 if you are doing just short-term trading session. So to be simple, I look at the daily. Here I observe that we broke, for example, an important resistance. I observe that we made a strong reversal, and I also observe that the lagging span is facing and we are at K resistances. So just in one glance, I know that there is a possible short-term trade to be taken here, as we are on the daily resistances and possible at the end of a move. Then simply when you open a chart, when you are inside the cloud, usually on the H4 view I don't trade, because this is a very neutral area. So I don't like trading into a range. It's not my trading skills. I prefer to trade into a clean trend that can be bullish trend, bearish trend. So I avoid range trading, except if I see a very clean range, like this one maybe. And if I know that we are bullish, of course I will take entry at the bottom. Okay, but usually I prefer to wait for a clean breakout, which will reflect on ICHIMOKU. As you can see, this is a very good example right there. H1 view, you have a range, as you can see. So ICHIMOKU on H1 lagging span, you can observe full pump, full dump, peaked at the bottom, at the top. And if you look at the other time frames, you know that there was a possible reversal. So you can wait for the range to be breakout and confirmed by lagging span right there. As you can see, it's exactly with Litecoin, but on the higher time frames up, you can see range high, confirmed breakout. You can wait for the retest in 90% of cases, and here, boom, you can take entry and you had a 20% move. Of course, it's not each time the case, but you can also wait for a breakout of this level, scalp long, wait for a retest, but here you had a clean swing move to be taken. Okay, so also I love to take range high or range low trade, but only 1 or 2% target, because everything can happen. You don't know if the range will hold or not. So if you trend neutral asset, neutral phases, just reduce your target. If you are sure about swing move, then you can reduce leverage and stay in position for more times. So that's it. Here, as you can see on the H4, I also observe that we are at a daily resistance. That's why I open a short position. So there is a great possibility to see a short-term dump, because as I said, I expect this level to be break. So this is also, yeah, I often look at the RSI also, okay, and I also observe, yeah, as you can see, yeah, this is pretty clean. I didn't watch at this, but this is a perfect example of bearish divergence RSI on a big level. So even if it pumps more, I'm pretty sure that we are going to see another dump here, as we are forming a bearish divergence RSI. So to answer your question, I open ICHIMOKU on the daily basis, H4 view, and I look at if we are in a trend, so lagging span and each component above cloud and Tenkan Kijun. I love to see divergence on RSI, and I love to take trades at K level like flat Kijun, flat SSB, and confirmed each time also with the lagging span. And also things that's working good is the H4 view combining with pattern like that, reversal pattern like that range, and you can observe also and monitor if you are in trend the big resistances. So if you are here, for example, and you have a bearish pattern, bearish divergence on the RSI, you will know that you will surely see a short-term correction. So I love to scalp at the opposite of the trend, more likely, and to take entry at the beginning of the trend. So that's my strategy up. And you can also see the breakout of the range was pretty clean and pretty bullish. As you can see, the lagging span here kept closing above the SSB on the H4. And when prices when prices consolidate pretty near the Tenkan Kijun zone, this is a very good sign above the Kumo for the next. So maybe I'm wrong. It can be a risky position as I'm trading at the opposite of the trend, but yeah, we have also a bearish divergence RSI to teach you up on the 15-minute, as you can see. So it means that for me we have bullish pressure decreasing, so you have more seller than buyer at this zone, okay, because as I explained, we are at a daily resistance, okay. It doesn't mean that I'm right, but from what I'm observing, I think that there is great chances to see a short-term bearish rejection. So that's why I'm taking a short-term trade, and I will surely take a long position around this level, and if we are lucky 150, but I don't think we are going to move 1050, sorry. So yeah, that's my outlook on MKR, and that's my strategy on the market, okay. Let's go for one final token and then we are good. It's been now 1.5 hours. It's maybe long, too long for the stream, but you know, you are probably many to come during this stream, so it's also good to see and to explain many things for you. Okay, so we said Pepe, Dodge, MKR. Do you have any other assets up? So I don't care now. I set my bet. So even if I go stop, I won't lose much. Okay, so that's my trade. Safer stop loss can be here, but the risk reward is not as good as a normal trade up. So, and you have, yeah, something like that. And of course, you should close if we break above this big level right there, but I will stop to avoid more losses if I'm wrong. But this is typically a kind of trade that can be taken for me with low leverage and without stress, okay, because you don't stay much time in the market. So people are very, it's very stressful when you have big fund on the market and when you keep it open for long, because with big fund on the market your psychology is most of time getting impacted by the money you are using. More you use and more you risk to do more the risk is of doing bad decision because of your psychology. On YouTube, what we can say, ARC, okay, ARC. So ARC is AI token, no, if I right. Let's go for ARC. Okay, this is pretty hard to say because this is on the H4, this is on the weekly. ARC, I think it's a pretty good token. I learned about it. What I see right now is that we are bearish on the daily basis. Weekly support zone, so shorting right now, this is not a good area for shorters as we are on a daily support, weekly support zone. Short term can be very tricky as we are on this big support zone. Once again, if Bitcoin break down, it means that we can break also because we are bearish, okay? What I can see is that as long as there is no daily candle close below this level, 0.1530, so there is no reason to panic close and to long to close your position if you are in spot. What I can see is a possible it's pretty hard to say because you also have, if we zoom here, yeah, it's still pretty bearish, but we can be at the bottom. It's pretty hard to say. Up. So the short-term price is neutral, the daily view is neutral, the weekly view is bearish, but we are on a daily weekly support zone, so it's hard to trade it right now. If we look at the short-term view, it's also neutral, but we are forming a reversal pattern. I think that we can break above this trend and see something like that. It's not impossible, but we need to wait for some confirmation right there. Okay, it's pretty hard to say, but on the short term we can easily retest the green zone. So there is no direction yet, even on the short term. You see you have this level, so we are neutral and prices is stuck between this zone. You have a lower support right there, and a big support zone right there. Okay, what to say, and I don't think the price is ready to break out right now, but it can be a consolidation phase before to see a trend reversal. If you look at the H4 also, this is very interesting to detect a possible reversal on the trend. You can observe that on the H4 candle, yeah, we are now we closed above the Tenkan. So it usually it's not 100% confirmed, but when you have a trend reversal, you often see a breakout of the Tenkan and a retest of the flat level right there. So yeah, why not to see a MKR can pump up, but a pump right there, you should also monitor. Yeah, you should also observe. Okay, it's pretty hard to say. So yeah, why not to see something like that up and a breakout of this level, then a pump to test the $0.23 resistance right there up. But as long as there is no breakout of the main downtrend, we could easily see yeah, so this is very hard to anticipate. We could also see something like that because the main trend is still bearish. So I will tend to say that there is more chance to see another test of this level as long as we are not able to break this level. But we are pretty neutral right now, so it's hard to say. The H4 also is showing reversal sign possibly. It's very flat on the daily. So yeah, from the top and the low here, I think that prices will remain neutral in this zone. So yeah, this is to answer your question, John. This is typically the kind of coin I avoid to trade because on one side you have possible reversal sign based on ICHIMOKU on the H4, but on the other side the main trend is bearish and you are still below the downtrend. So how to know, how to say if it will do that or if it will do that? So I will tend to say there is more chance to see a dump here, but as we are on a daily support, it's pretty hard to say. So hello Paranda TV, thank you, it's me. Yeah. yeah, I see Kenshi. So to answer your question, you have bullish sign and you have also bearish sign. So on both sides it's pretty hard. Yeah. So if you look at the long-term price action, what you can do for me is try a spot buy order here, and you can cut still 20%. So maybe DCA on this zone, and you cut in case of daily close below 0.1450. But trading here with leverage now might be pretty tricky because if we break this level, you could surely see another as dodge. Look at 40% of dump very easily. So again, we are into a bearish territory. So this is not to be expected yet, but as long as bulls are not able to break above resistances, the trading basics tend to tell you that there is more chance to see a bearish move, but it's not impossible to see a reversal on case report also. So that's why that's pretty tricky. Judging by the pattern, it can be a kind of rising wedge, so that could be a pretty good news, pretty good bullish reversal pattern. So this is also a possible pattern. So that's why if you observe a pretty cool trade to be taken, if you observe I will tell you based on ICHIMOKU. Yeah, but you need to flip above that level. You see lagging span here is why you are getting rejected again. Yeah, for me a safe trade can be an H1 candle close above 0.20. So you draw the resistance right there. So only in case of H1 candle close above 0.20 right there, it could unleash another big move upward, and it will surely confirm, as we are going to break an ICHIMOKU resistance, and also everyone is seeing the same kind of wedge. So if you observe a breakout of this trend wedge and the $0.20 level, then only then maybe we could see another trend move to start. Okay, so probably but it's also 30-40%. That's insane. The volume is totally absurd on ARC. How many percent it done from the 70% of them from the last since 1 week, 70% of them. Wow, is crypto a scam? What the fuck? So so seeing another 40% is not impossible, so that's why you should confirm your trade. And of course you have also some resistance over there, so why not targeting the 0.33, so it will be a 15% of trade for the short term, but currently seeing a rejection right there will be a very good, very bad. So you see it feels more bearish like bullish, despite it's a kind of bullish pattern, okay, because it looks like a wedge. But regarding the fact that you have no reaction right now, you have an H4 view still bearish, you have a lagging span without support. This is pretty tricky. So when you are bearish, the best things to do is to wait for bullish confirmation. Only in that way you won't be trapped in a very bad move. So a good thing to do is try to short, as you can observe, the short term, we are surely going to see a very good short term move to be taken. You have the resistance here, but I think that on the short term, as we are at the top resistance of the wedge again, we are surely going to see a retest of this up range area before to see the breakout I can expect. Okay, so on the short term it's neutral, but my experience tend to say that we are going to retest at least the 0.17 and 1650. So this is a 7 or 8% of dump that could be observed. It makes sense for me to see a retest of this box right there, because we are pretty bearish and this level have been up. This is a very good level to be retested if you observe the pattern. So why not to see something like that? Maybe what I can say is that we are surely going to see another 5-10% of dump from maybe, if you are lucky, to take entry here, and you can put a stop loss above the 0.20 if you are taking it. This is a short-term outlook, but we are pretty neutral now, so this is typically the kind of the kind of chart that I avoid to trade. As you can observe, also the lagging span is above the prices, so you have a local support right there. So if it holds, also we can pump, but look at the next few hours. You can see that the lagging span will have no more support. So in the next few hours, if prices stay below the cloud, we will surely see, as I expect, a test of this support. So observe, ICHIMOKU is pretty useful, and observe what you can see and don't trade if you are unsure. Yeah, this is pretty tricky. As I said, this market is very hard to be traded. But despite this, monthly results on the VIP remain stable. So that's why people love to see my lines, because with years of experience, I take trade most of time with breakout signal and confirmation. So that's why even in bad market condition, you can still take some profit on your trade and avoid being trapped. So MKR has not bearish confirmation. I'm still in position. I took this trade because I'm pretty sure it will reverse. But this is a risky trade because you have no reversal sign yet. So as I said, taking a trade at the opposite of the trend is pretty risky, but with some confidence, it can, in most of time, end well. So thank you for following my stream. Don't hesitate to share if you enjoy my content. I talked a lot, but I'm trying to teach you and to display, to show you content in different way from my normal TA and fundamental analyses. So drop a like if you enjoy, share, and see you later. I will try to share some trade as always on my social media, and see you soon. Yeah, thank you for following. See you. Bye. And don't hesitate to, also one thing, don't hesitate to comment and to tell me, to share. If you don't understand something, I will take the time to explain and to improve the quality of the stream. So thank you and see you soon. Bye. Thank you and follow me. Bye bye.